Hey guys, welcome to Ironman Garage. I know it's been a while since I've had any videos posted on the Sport 6 or any of the projects going on, but today's going to be a little bit different. We're going to try to put on a top for my friend Clay and his stepfather Earl, and he's got a, Clay, what year's your car? 69 Austin Sprite. And so he's got a new top. We're going to try to put this on. It's new to me, guys. Follow along. We're going to see how it goes. It can't be much more difficult than the TR6. And so join me on the journey today. Russ is here on the camera behind you, and we're going to have fun today as we attempt to put this new top on. So stick with us and let's see how it goes. Okay, this is the car that we're going to do. We're going to attempt to put this new top on it. Here's the existing old top. I think it's got a couple little tears in it, but it's just basically aged out. Clay has done a tremendous amount of work on restoring this car. He's done most of it by himself, and it's coming along real good. We've got all the mechanics sorted on it, and I think he's down to the cosmetics. And so the first step in that cosmetics is this new top. And I think he's going to be getting it painted before too long. And so let's take a look at what he's got. So here on the table here, we've got his new top spread out. He's brought his manuals, he's got his glue, he's got his clips, and I've got the tooling to put these tools in. So we're going to get this thing put on, stretched out, and figure out exactly where these snaps go. This is, like I said, it's a little new to me, but it can't be too much more challenging than the TR6 top. Okay guys, this is Clay. Clay, tell me a little bit about your car and how you got this. Tell us the story behind it.
This is a 1969 Austin Healy Sprite. I got it from a guy in Tennessee, so I was looking at a handful of cars. He had this one, and I was interested in it. He actually was coming through Georgia the weekend I was looking to buy it, so he delivered it to my house. So that was the deal breaker that, set this one up over the others I was looking at, but it's come a long way. Nothing was hooked up. I think he rebuilt the engine and put it in, and that was it. So the rest, I had to put in the drivetrain, had the gearbox rebuilt, new interior put in, all the electronics had to be sorted, new hoses had to be put on. But it started driving last September, so I've got the suspension sorted, everything. So finally feeling good about driving it to Ronnie's house.
So have you had a British car before? Is this what drove you to the British car lifestyle?
No, I've driven a few, but this is the first one I ever owned. My father-in-law, who's with us, Earl Peacock, had a TR3, he had a bug-eyed Sprite, and I think some TR6s growing up, and so this is, my first entryway into it, and having him as a resource and having some other guys I knew that knew the way around the car, I figured it was a good place to start.
Great. All right, you ready to get started?
Ready.
All right, let's do that. So I think the first thing we're going to do here is going to remove this top and just kind of study how it lays out, and we'll use the top as a template so we can lay out the snaps and the binders as a template as we go along. So one of the first steps we're going to do is remove these support brackets that tie to the top, and let's get this loose, and then we're going to remove the fabric from the retaining frame. One of the first things we've done is to remove the channel. Took the screws out, removed the rubber seal that's inside this channel, and we've removed the channel from the frame front. And this allows us to get to the actual front material so that we can measure it and see how much overhang we have. We'll have to trim this back, glue it, trim it. So let's go ahead and pull this off carefully pull this away from the metal retaining frame. Okay, what we're doing here is we're trying to find the dead center of this top. We need to make sure that we get it exactly even on the car. So we're comparing the original top to the new top. Which is interesting is the new top has already got pre-marked holes, and we just want to make sure that they're going to line up with the existing holes of the top. It can be a little bit different, but right now it looks like it's pretty close. There may be a few adjustments we need to make, but overall it looks very, very close to the original top. Whoever built this top did a good job. So what we've done here is we've we made a mark in our center line. We put the mark underneath our rail so you won't see it. And at the top, which is interesting here also, they've kind of already notched it. So they've got a center line notch on the front. So as the quality of this top looks really good. So I think the next thing we're gonna do now is just dry fit it on the car and see if these pre-drilled holes are gonna line up with the buttons, snaps that are on the back of the car. Let's take a look at that and see how it goes. A couple of tools that are needed to this is these clips, or a two-piece clip. It has a back and of course the lift the dot. So what we're going to use is this hole punch that we bought at Harbor Freight, and we're going to use that to create these holes, which we've already punched. And this is a pretty simple process. You just insert the lift the dot, use a back, and what I'm using is just a pair of C-clip pliers to insert in the holes, and you can twist it and tighten it down, and you'll have a good, nice, snug fit. Again, like I said earlier, it looks like all these pre-drilled holes are working out almost identically to the original top, so we don't have a lot of modifications. So we've gone ahead and punched a couple of the pre-holes that were already marked, and as you see, we've gone ahead and punched these holes. And so we just repeat the process, and we'll come back to you in just a few minutes.
All right, Clay, while we're at this point, where did you say you got the top from again, since it seems to be a good quality?
Sure. This is from convertibletopguys.com, and this brand is an easy on top, and it's a canvas top.
So far, I've been really impressed with it, so we'll continue on and we'll bring you back in a minute. After attaching the side snaps, now we've put this chrome retainer on. We located the holes using an awl, and now Earl's just finishing up screwing in the last of the screws which retain the back. So at this point now we're pretty much done with the back side, and we will start pulling it taut and trying to align this bow with this seam. Here's the bow, here's the seam. We'll pull it till we get to that point, and when we have this seam resting on this bow, I think we're in the right location. One of the things we didn't have is the dimensions where the bows are in relation to the windshield and the back edge. So not having that, we're just going to have to kind of play it by ear and see what looks best as we tighten it down. But other than that, we're really excited about how it looks. One of the issues we have right now is trying to decide on what we're going to do here. This pre-marked hole, we're uncertain on whether or not this should be a studded button with a snap versus a lifted dot, but we may have to drill it and put another lifted dot using a machine screw instead of a tap screw. There's a lot of tension on this, so I don't really want to use a tap screw similar to these. I'd rather have one that has a nut and a bolt so that it'll pull tight. So now our next step is to move forward to the front side. Earl's already cleaned up the front channel, and so we'll just center it, get the center line, and glue it in place and pull it tight. So we'll get with that next. We're at the point now where we're going to try to secure the front end. So what we've done here is we've taped off the glass, and we've used some paper to mask out our area, and we sprayed some 3M spray adhesive here, which is a pretty good bonding adhesive that you use for upholstery. And also we've come back here and we've put a tack coat on the inside of the top, which will stretch over the stiffener, the front stiffener. So this is kind of a one-shot deal. We've got to make sure when we apply it, we get our marks right on line. So what we're doing now is just waiting about 10 minutes to let this tack up, and then we'll give it a stick. One of the modifications we wanted to do was in the original top, it used a band of Velcro to hold the top down. And Clay had indicated that it would pull away as he was driving, the wind get behind us. So we modified it a little bit, and we went ahead and added a normal stamp right there. It wasn't included in the original design, but we did that to enhance it and keep it a little bit tighter. And I think that was a good upgrade. Let me show you on the inside. So on the inside we have a few snaps that tie to the bow. We added these snaps here. Now here, these two should fold over and snap together, but I had suggested that Clay, that his wife likes to sew, to add a few pieces of Velcro stripping right here, and you can fold that over and make a nicer clip. Because if you pull it tight, you can see it deforms the flap, and I think if you just put Velcro on there, it'll be a much nicer lay. But overall, it turned out really nice. It's nice and tight. He does need to get a new gasket to fit the top to the frame, but that just fits in the channel. He can slide that in later. We had the option of reusing the old one, but it was just really, it was dry, brittle, and was really ready to fall apart. So let me show you the overall finished product. I think it turned out nice, and let's take a look. So this is the finished product. I think it turned out really nice. The bows are nice and tight. The windows fit really well. I think he's going to be real happy with it. As you can see, it's very taut. Glass looks real good, and smooth. I don't see any visible wrinkles. So overall, it's a great enhancement to this Austin Sprite, and I think he's going to be very happy for the long run. So just a little bit of Clay. What do you think? How you like it?
Excellent. Looks great.
So you think that's going to be an improvement for you this winter?
Yeah. Since I can see out the back window now, I think it's a huge improvement.
It's a great improvement. Well, that's the stepfather there, Earl. Thank you for your help today. And I think overall, he's going to have a really nice top. As soon as that he orders that gasket, as I indicated, and I think we're ready to go. We do need to take that mark off the center line. We used a little Sharpie here to find the center line, and so we'll just get some reducer, cleaner, and something to take that off. Well, just wanted to show you a different project. It's not a Triumph, but it's a cousin to the Triumph. So it's welcome in my garage any day. You guys have a great day. Thank you. As always, thank you for watching, subscribing, and if you like this video, indicate it by hitting the like button below. And y'all have a great day. God bless you, and thank you. Ronnie out.